The CX-5 looks like a luxury SUV and drives like one too. The CR-V, it racks up praise for all the right reasons, just not the ones that get your heart racing. These two crossovers land on almost every Best Buy list, and for good reason. Both are reliable, smartly designed, and surprisingly refined for the price. But when it comes to daily driving feel, interior comfort, and long-term livability, the differences become a lot more obvious. We'll break down what each SUV gets right, from their most popular trims to their sportier versions, and how they actually stack up in the real world, not just on paper. We're talking seat comfort, tech, quirks, and even what longtime owners are reporting after a few years of use. Let's start with the one that's been quietly climbing the sales charts for years, the Mazda CX-5. The Mazda CX-5 might not be the newest face in the compact SUV segment, but it still turns heads. Its sleek, almost European-inspired design leans on long, sculpted lines, a stretched hood, sharp LED headlights, and a clean profile that avoids unnecessary clutter. Even without flashy accents, the proportions feel athletic and well-balanced, giving it a refined presence on the road. Behind the wheel, Mazda's philosophy of driver connection is immediately clear. The steering is precise, with just the right amount of weight, and throttle response is quick without feeling jumpy. The suspension tuning gives the CX-5 a planted, confident feel in corners while still keeping the ride smooth enough for daily commuting. It's not pretending to be a sports car, but for a compact crossover, it's one of the few that can actually make you want to take the scenic route home. The mechanical side holds up well over time too. Its 2.5-liter engine has a solid track record for durability when kept on a regular maintenance schedule, and transmission problems are extremely rare. The suspension components are well built, and owners often mention that the CX-5 feels just as tight after a few years as it did when new. Mazda's infotainment system is one of the few divisive elements. The rotary controller layout works fine once you get used to it, but some drivers prefer the more direct touchscreen approach found in rivals. Only after driving it for a while do you notice how much attention Mazda put into the cabin. Road and wind noise are kept low at highway speeds. The doors close with a reassuring solidity, and the seating position feels natural right away. Most trims include power-adjustable lumbar support, making it a comfortable choice for longer trips. Visibility is excellent, thanks to large mirrors and smartly shaped pillars. Material quality is another strong point. Even at lower trims, you'll find soft-touch surfaces, tight stitching, and controls that feel like they belong in something more expensive. It's a pleasant place to spend time, though that style comes with a small trade-off. Rear seat and cargo space aren't as generous as what you'll find in the Honda CR-V. For most buyers, the upscale feel more than offsets the slightly smaller footprint. Owners who have kept their CX-5 for years often mention how well it handles winter driving with the available AWD, and how the paint and trim resist wear better than expected. Reliability scores remain strong, resale values hold steady, and it quietly does everything you ask of it without feeling like a compromise. For those who want a compact SUV that looks sharp, drives with confidence, and still delivers day-to-day comfort, the CX-5 earns its place near the top of the class. The Honda CR-V doesn't try to impress with flash. It wins you over with practicality, comfort, and sheer everyday competence. And that's exactly what makes it one of the best-selling SUVs in the country, year after year. The newest generation keeps the familiar shape, but everything has been refined just a bit more. From the outside, it has a more upright, rugged look than previous models. It still reads as a family SUV, but now with a bit more presence. A cleaner grille, sharper lighting, and a profile that feels less rounded and more purposeful. Inside, Honda went for a clean, horizontal dash layout with actual physical controls for climate and volume, something owners constantly praise. The materials aren't flashy, but they're solid and well chosen. Nothing creaks, nothing feels loose. Everything is where it should be, and it works how you'd expect. It's built for real people doing real driving, and that shows up in little ways. Deep door pockets, a center console that actually fits your stuff, rear doors that open wide enough for easy car seat access. Mechanics will tell you the CR-V is one of the few vehicles they see regularly that just doesn't break down. The 1.5-liter turbocharged engine found in most trims has proven reliable if maintained properly, especially with regular oil changes and top-tier fuel. Early concerns about oil dilution in cold climates have largely faded, and Honda's updates seem to have addressed it. The continuously variable transmission, CVT, also holds up well, which isn't something you can say about every brand. On the road, the CR-V is calm and composed. It's not as lively as the CX-5, but the steering is light and easy, and the ride quality is excellent. It soaks up bumps without drama, and there's a sense of confidence even on rougher pavement or during long freeway drives. Honda's driver assist features, like adaptive cruise and lane keep assist, come standard on most trims and work surprisingly well. If you've never used these features before, this is a great vehicle to start with. They don't feel overly intrusive, and they add to the CR-V's sense of being easy and stress-free to drive. Where it really crushes the competition is interior space. Rear legroom is among the best in class, and the cargo area is massive. You could easily throw in luggage, a couple of bikes with the seats down, or haul a full Costco run without thinking twice. If you're someone who's constantly loading gear, groceries, or kids, the CR-V just makes it easy. That practicality isn't an afterthought. It's central to what this SUV does best. Another point in the CR-V's favor is how quiet it is inside. Road noise is minimal, even at highway speeds. The suspension is well tuned and nothing rattles or feels cheap. It feels more refined than the price tag suggests. Long road trips are no problem, and the front seats offer plenty of adjustability to stay comfortable over time. It doesn't have the same upscale flair as the CX-5, but it has a kind of quiet confidence that's hard to dislike. Long-term owners consistently report satisfaction, especially when it comes to gas mileage, reliability, and ease of maintenance. Whether it's your first SUV or your fifth, the CR-V just works. It doesn't demand much from you, and it rarely surprises you, in a good way, and when it comes time to sell or trade in, resale values remain strong. That's partly due to Honda's reputation, but also because people genuinely want these used. If you're looking for a no-fuss SUV that just gets everything right, now even if it doesn't make your pulse race, the CR-V delivers. It's not trying to win style points, it's trying to make your daily life easier, and that's a formula that continues to work. If you're looking for a version of the CX-5 that feels more engaging behind the wheel, the 2.5S Premium and Premium Plus trims bring just enough edge. You're still getting that same refined, quiet ride from the base model, but here, the throttle response and steering feel noticeably tighter. Mazda includes a standard all-wheel drive system across all trims, and on these upper models, it pairs especially well with the slightly firmer suspension tuning. It's not aggressive, but you do feel more confident taking tighter turns or navigating winding back roads. There's a reason Mazda leans into the driver's SUV label. Even in a practical package, there's still some fun baked in. Exterior-wise, these trims keep the CX-5 looking classy, but a bit more purposeful. Larger wheels, subtle chrome trim, and sharper lighting accents help it stand out just enough without overdoing it. And while this SUV isn't meant for serious off-roading, it's surprisingly capable for weekend hiking trips, snowy roads, or gravel trails. The all-wheel drive system reacts quickly, and ground clearance is more than enough for light adventures. It's a nice middle ground. You get all the comfort and style of a commuter SUV, with just a touch more spirit when you want to break from routine. The CR-V Sport Touring is Honda's most refined take on their top-selling SUV. From the outside, it looks sharper and more confident than lower trims, with blacked-out accents, sleek 19-inch wheels, and a sportier stance that doesn't feel forced. It keeps the CR-V's friendly, understated personality, but with a bit more presence. Under the hood, the Sport Touring trim comes exclusively with the hybrid powertrain, which means a 2.0-liter engine paired with 2 electric motors. It's not built for thrills, but acceleration is surprisingly responsive off the line, especially around town or in stop-and-go traffic. The electric assist gives it a smoother, more immediate push that's hard to unnotice once you've felt it. Inside, this trim is genuinely impressive. You're getting a full digital gauge cluster, a larger touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, plus a premium Bose sound system. Materials are a step up too, with soft touch panels, contrast stitching, and supportive front seats that make long drives more relaxing. Comfort-wise, the Sport Touring rides just as smoothly as other CR-Vs, but thanks to standard all-wheel drive and a well-balanced chassis, it still handles confidently. It's not a performance SUV, but it feels planted, quiet, and competent even at highway speeds or on winding back roads. It's a great choice for drivers who want a more complete, upscale upscale CR-V without losing the practicality that made it popular in the first place. Stylish, efficient, and surprisingly tech-packed, this trim wraps everything Honda does well into one polished package. Now that we've gone through both SUVs in detail, here's how things stack up when you put the CX-5 and CR-V side by side. If you're the kind of driver who still enjoys being behind the wheel, someone who values steering feedback, balanced handling, and a sense of control, the Mazda CX-5 is going to stand out. It genuinely feels more connected to the road, and even in daily commuting or errand running, it makes the drive feel more rewarding. The cabin helps too, with its premium finishes and attention to layout. It's a crossover that feels closer to a luxury compact than most people expect. That subtle athleticism is hard to find in this price range, and Mazda keeps delivering it without sacrificing comfort. The CR-V, on the other hand, is all about refinement and efficiency. It rides smoother, stays quieter at speed, and gives you a bit more breathing room inside. If you care about rear seat space, cargo practicality, and real-world MPG, especially with the hybrid trims, it's hard to beat. Everything about it is easy to live with. The touch screen, the safety tech, the visibility, it's all predictable in a good way. Even in the base trims, the CR-V feels purpose-built for everyday life, and it just works. Both of these SUVs hit the sweet spot for their brands. The Mazda leans into premium style and driver enjoyment, while the Honda delivers smart practicality and long-term value. Neither is flashy, but both are extremely polished in their own ways. It really comes down to what you want from your daily drive. Whether you're leaning toward Mazda's driver-focused flair or Honda's all-around practicality, both of these SUVs bring a lot to the table. These aren't just smart choices, they're two different takes on what makes a car worth driving every day. At the end of the day, it's not about picking what's good, it's about picking what feels right behind the wheel.